Give it a go. A little bit more difficult than it should be, but we're still going to get through it. There's a bit of a change from how I saw the plans to what the wife wanted. I've installed ceiling lights. I've got 2 lights here that we're going to shine down here. Didn't really talk to her about it. I just thought it was pretty straightforward, but what she wanted was wall lights. So I've got to try and get the cables from up in the ceiling space down through the top track to the top, through the top plate, and then down into the cavity here. One of the main problems, which is sort of making it a little bit problematic, a little bit harder than it should, is that the wall is past those cables there. So they're around here. Usually I would just pop these, look straight down, drill down, and then get it out. But being over here is making it a little bit more difficult. I could remove this, but it's all riveted in. I could probably pop all these, move the sheet back, but I'm going to try a different avenue. So we've obviously removed the tiles. I've thrown up my marks. So we've got about 1600 high, one there, a little one, that's just a rough mark. We're about 270 mil in. I have got pictures of what the wall looked like and where all the studs and noggings and all that sort of stuff is. So I think we're pretty clear in that path and down the end there. I'm just going through making sure to find out where the studs are. As you can see, that's where it is right there. So if we go up, there you go, nice and easy. So we're well within that region. So I know I can cut a hole, and then what we're gonna do is send an extension bit up. This is the kit I'm gonna use. This is from Alpha, the Pro Lock. All the gears all over the place, but usually they sit in there. Nice little setup, and these have a locking mechanism so that it's not going to come off from the wall like a lot of you guys will know happens. So once that's wound up, it's not going to come off. So we've got a few of those. I'm going to use the right angle bit and also some Diablo spade bits. Obviously no screws are in that stud. We're just going to check in here. We've got so it's about 400 to the stud, which means we're perfectly within that region. What I say, 1550, about 250 in. 250. Always makes me nervous, but this is the shroud that we've got that'll go on the wall. So we've got plenty of space, which is good for making a big enough hole. I'll probably go roughly like 60, 70 millimeters like that. And then that way we can shoot it up. Give it a go. We had the plan, we even had the tools, but getting this to work with this small hole was an absolute struggle. It was just too small that we couldn't get the angle on the bits to get them in there. We couldn't get it on the angle, we couldn't get them piece by piece. We almost lost it down the wall a couple of times, but luckily we got out of that. But in the end, we had to give up on that and go with plan B. We're gonna go from the top.
So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to get down through there. Where's that tie?
Alright, there we go. Now I've got to hope it's in the wall here somewhere. Damn. Alright, not that side. Let's give the other side. Yes. Alright, we're on.
Almost drop it. Got him.
There we go. What I had was another nogging just through there. This wall was a bit weird, so there was a few extra pieces in there, but got it through, and I'll try to get this out. There you go. Sweet, ready to go. There originally was a switch down on that wall, but because it's a feature wall, I don't really want a switch sitting on that wall. So I decided to move it over to the kitchen side, and we're going to rewire this whole thing. I'm going to rewire it in 2.5. Usually I would rather do 1.5 here because it is lighting, but I have none left at all. So it's just going to be 2.5 right now. I've also found out recently there's a lot of Sparkies worldwide that aren't using the yellow tongue, which is what I'm using to pull the cables up and down. We usually get them for free out of floorboards, but you can buy them from Bunnings for 10 bucks. And this one's actually a glow in the dark one. Costs a little bit more, but it's from Glow King. It is next level and a must have. It's hard with only one person. Perfect. what are your thoughts on the lever type connectors? I haven't used them that much in the past, but thought I would utilize them on this job and see how they go. I'm used to the BP connectors where we twist the cables together and then put it under a screwed terminal, and I've just come to like that and trust it. I've done it for 16 years, so to change my ways is a little bit daunting, a little bit hard, and it's hard to trust whether these are any good or not. They are good when it comes to terminating and re-terminating if you've got to change something, and also testing. I do like it in that aspect, but whether it's a solid connection or not, we'll definitely see in the future. I do tape them up just to make sure they're not going anywhere in the J-box, but I would love to hear everyone else's experience with it. Pretty painful, but we got it. Glad that one's over and done with. I think that's the last wall, last thing that I've really got to do. So a little bit more fitting off to do. I've done all the rooms. Most of them are like that. Got a little bit to do out here. Got a little bit to do in the kitchen. Still got to do some of the lighting and heat lamps, and then we're pretty much good to go.